What's going on, everybody? This is the first segment slash episode of Money Moves happening in tech. So let's talk about it. First up, we have ServiceNow, CoreWeave, and others to invest $8.2 billion in UK data centers to fuel AI growth. Enterprise software giant ServiceNow and AI-focused startup CoreWeave announced plans to invest billions of dollars in the UK in a vote of confidence for Prime Minister Keir Starmer as he looks to attract foreign investment. ServiceNow said it would invest $1.5 billion in the UK over the next 5 years as it grows its UK business. The US-based company plans to expand its UK presence with new office space and grow its staff base beyond the 1,000 people it currently employs. ServiceNow also said it would invest the cash into localizing the processing of data for its large language models, LLMs, artificial intelligence models, that rely on vast quantities of training data to be able to understand and generate text like a human. Now, cloud computing firm CoreWeave, meanwhile, which rents out expensive GPUs to developers looking to train and run large AI models, said it would invest £750 million, which is equivalent to $978.6 million, to support UK demand for AI infrastructure, its second major investment in the country after announcing a £1 billion commitment in May. Meanwhile, two US data center operators also announced plans to invest billions in the UK. One firm, CyrusOne, said it plans to expand its investment in the country to £2.5 billion over the coming years, while another, Cloud HQ, committed to developing a new £1.9 billion data center campus in Didcot, Oxfordshire. So in total, the cloud infrastructure investments amount to $6.3 billion according to the UK government. In more Money Moves news, Blackstone to invest $8.2 billion in data centers in northeastern Spain. Looks like that $8.2 billion is a number for some reason. Now it says here Blackstone, the world's largest alternative asset manager, plans to invest 7.5 billion euros, equivalent to $8.2 billion, to develop data centers in Spain's Aragon, boosting the region's growing status as a major cloud computing hub in Europe. The U.S. private equity fund will follow tech giants such as Microsoft and Amazon in choosing the regional capital Zaragoza in northeastern Spain, where so far 19 data center projects have been submitted to local authorities for approval, a spokesperson of the Aragon's regional government said on Tuesday. Now, Blackstone will develop the buildings by installing cooling machines and cable connections with the aim of leasing them to companies who will install computer servers. So it looks like they are investing a lot of money into data centers, and of course it is needed to power this AI revolution that they're looking to bring in as we move into this technological growth and future. In more Money Moves news, EV chip maker Wolfspeed set to receive $750 million U.S. CHIPS grant. Now, Wolfspeed is set to receive $750 million in government grants for its new North Carolina silicon carbide wafer manufacturing plant facility, the U.S. Commerce Department said, sending the U.S. chip maker share surging more than 30%. Now, Wolfspeed said its investment funds led by Apollo Global Management and the Ballpost Group, Fidelity Management and Research Company, and Capital Group have agreed to provide an additional $750 million of new financing. The company, which counts General Motors and Mercedes-Benz among its customers, makes chips using silicon carbide, a more energy-efficient material than standard silicon, that are used in tasks such as transmitting power from an electric vehicle's batteries to its motors. The company said the investments support Wolfspeed long-term growth plans and added it expects to receive $1 billion of cash tax refunds from the 48D Advanced Manufacturing Tax Credit under the CHIPS and Science Act. In the next article we have Crusoe's $3.4 billion joint venture to build AI data center campus with up to 100,000 GPUs. Crusoe Energy Systems LLC, Blue Owl Capital Incorporated, and Primary Digital Infrastructure are launching a $3.4 billion joint venture to build a data center campus in Texas. The planned development will comprise two facilities in the city of Abilene, Texas. The buildings are set to offer 998,000 square feet of aggregate floor space supported by 205 megawatts of power. 1 megawatt corresponds to the electricity consumption of several hundred households. Crusoe plans to power the campus with off-site renewable energy sources such as nearby wind farms. Down the road, it will explore the possibility of building an on-site solar power station. The company estimates that the campus will have capacity for up to 100,000 GPUs. It plans to dissipate the heat generated by those processors using direct-to-chip liquid cooling technology, which works by circulating coolant through GPU servers. So as stated before, it looks like more billions of dollars are going into these data centers, not only over in the Eastern Hemisphere, but also here in the US and Texas. Let's move on to more Money Moves news. Eric Schmidt's Sandbox AQ aims for a $5 billion valuation for its AI/quantum Google moonshot. Now, the spinout from Google parent company Alphabet is reportedly seeking to raise another round that will value it at $5 billion. Its last $500 million round, completed in February 2023, had backers like Briar Capital, T. Rowe Price Funds, and Mark Benioff, Reuters reported at the time. PitchBook estimated its valuation after the round to be $4 billion. Now, Sandbox AQ's mission is to work at the intersection of quantum computing and AI, but it is not building a quantum computer, although its software products should one day work with them. Instead, it's building software based on quantum physics that can model molecules and make predictions of their behavior. Google is still working on the quantum computer part, but Haderi says Sandbox AQ already has a number of quantum computing partnerships. Up next, we have 10, the AI fintech started by the founder of Mobileye, is raising $100 million, says sources. Now, 10, a fintech aiming to use AI in retail banking services, is in the process of raising at least $100 million, TechCrunch has learned. Despite being co-founded by one of the most high-profile and successful founders in Israel, 10 has had surprisingly little attention to date outside of its home market. But the company has raised around $242 million so far, and in 2023, it was valued at $320 million, per data and PitchBook. Now, 10's equally ambitious mission is to bring private banking to the masses, he said in an interview. It aims to democratize the kind of high-touch advisory-type services that high-net-worth individuals get when they bank, in a market where the average person not only doesn't get that kind of service today, but is staring at a future where there may be no physical bank and no humans to help at all. Now, this company's retail business now has around 110,000 customers, and although it has yet to announce any licensing deals so far, the company says it's received a number of inbound requests from major banks to do so. The company's cornerstone so far, and the focus of where it plans to invest its funding, is a chatbot called Ella, which aims to be better than current chatbots while providing services that human bankers could not. And also, we have in more Money Moves news, SpaceX engineers land $14 million to scale new method for 3D printing metal. 3D printing objects using metal is a well-established technique, but it tends to be too complex, expensive, or imprecise to match traditional methods at scale. Armed with $14 million from NVIDIA and Boeing, Freeform aims to change that by building a new metal additive printing process that it says changes the game. And yes, there is an AI angle too. Boeing's AE Ventures and NVIDIA invested a total of $14 million, though they declined to break that down further. Each company's investment comes with perks. NVIDIA gives them access to H100s and other compute hardware, while Boeing will shepherd them through the supplier qualification process and likely buy a bunch of parts. Freeform will also join NVIDIA's Inception startup program. Patlich said they have customers in the aerospace, automotive, industrial, and energy sectors, the whole nine. They declined to put any on the record, but did mention they're making everything from rocket engine components to exhaust parts for Formula One cars. They plan to use the money to scale up, build out their next generation of much faster printers, and hire up to around 55 people total over the next year. So that was just some insight on what's going on in the world of technology when it comes to where different funding is going. And it looks like a lot of that is going into the AI sector. So we shall see what happens as time moves on with these companies. I'll make sure to keep you updated. And in order to stay updated, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like the video, and tell a friend to tell a friend that these are the things they should know happening in the world of technology.